Good evening and welcome once again to Banks Braves Volleyball, live from Banks High School. I'm voice of the Braves, Trevor Beard. Tonight the Braves are hosting the Riverdale Mavericks. The Banks Braves winners of 11 in a row, trying to make it 12 in a row as they host Riverdale of the Terwilliger district of Portland, just next to Lewis and Clark College in southwest Portland. The Braves currently tied for first place with Warrenton in 3A Coastal Range League play with a record of 7-2. Warrenton just holding off Yamhill Carlton on Tuesday night, 3-2. Banks defeated Neocani 3-1 at home on Monday night. 2 matches left in the regular season. After tonight, the Braves will host Rainier on Monday in a makeup game and then finish the season at Warrenton on Thursday before state playoffs start October 29th. Really surprised we got this game started on time. JV for Riverdale did not arrive till 5 o'clock, and that originally was scheduled for a 5 o'clock, for a 4:30 start. So just one set played between Banks and Riverdale JV. Riverdale Mavericks logos, colors similar to the Dallas Mavericks, but the Riverdale mascot much more similar to the Chicago Bulls, with the gray and kind of dark grayish blue colors. Riverdale will be wearing gray collared shirts. I don't think they're collared, it's just the style of the shirt. Some players wearing t-shirts underneath as well. Libero wearing white with the dark bluish green numeral. Riverdale across the chest with the numeral on the front and back for the libero. Gray shirts with black shorts, white numerals with Riverdale and white lettering across the chest and white numerals on the back. Banks white shirts, navy blue numerals with the Banks Arrowhead logo just inside the left shoulder, in navy blue and Vegas gold. Navy blue numerals on the front and back with Vegas gold trim. And Braves in cursive font underneath the numerals on the back of the jersey. We'll take a 2-minute break, and when we come back, we'll get you a look at the rosters for both teams. This is Banks Braves Volleyball on WestSidesGreatestHits.com and the Westside Mobile Media YouTube channel.
Jim's Market in Banks is an institution serving the community for generations. They're actively involved in events and athletics from the youth league to high school level. Let them serve you with their locally grown fresh produce, fresh bakery items, including custom cakes, and quick hot food from their in-store deli. Jim's Market, conveniently located at the south entrance to Banks.
Jason, let's go see your room.
No, that's not right. How was it? Is it good?
Same great smile, same great service, but a brand new location and a great new team. Sarah Hesselman Group is still proud to support Banks High School athletics, but has now joined the Premier Property Group real estate team with new offices located in Bethany. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home, contact the Sarah Hesselman Group, Sarah at sarahhesselman.com, or call 503-313-0748.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Now with more Banks Braves Athletics on Westside Mobile Media, here's the voice of the Braves, Trevor Beard.
And we're back. Banks Braves High School Volleyball on Westside's GreatestHits.com and the Westside Mobile Media YouTube channel. Tonight, the Braves taking on the Riverdale Mavericks of Southwest Portland, a team that has not won a game all season long in Oregon 3A volleyball in the state. A roster no seniors, 3 juniors, 2 sophomores, and 4 freshmen for the Riverdale Mavericks. I want to pull up the schedule for the 3A Coastal Range League this week. Banks on Monday, the only team to play, defeated Neocani 3-1, 23-25, 25-15, 25-13, 25-8. Tuesday night, last night that the Coastal Range League played, they usually play league matches Tuesdays and Thursdays. Warrenton held off Yamhill Carleton 3-2, 17-25, 23-25, 25-21, 25-17, 15-12 in an all-out battle, and Corbett swept Rainier on the road 25-19, 25-19, 25-18. Top 3 teams from the Coastal Range League will advance to the 20-team bracket that begins Wednesday, October 29th. Right now, those 3 teams are Banks, Warrenton, tied for first at 7-2, Corbett at 6-4, Yamhill Carleton in fourth at 5-5. None of the teams in the Coastal Range League would advance in through the at-large 3 bids if the season ended today, and we're just about there. But Banks, after winning 11 matches in a row, has moved all the way up to 14th from the mid to upper 20s when they started this winning streak back about 6 weeks ago, when they were 3-5 on the season. Banks 11 in a row now, and 14 winners of 11 in a row, and currently 14-5 overall, 7-2, tied with the Warrenton Warriors, also 7-2 and 11-6 overall, ranked 23rd, and Corbett third at 6-4, 9-10 overall, and ranked 24th in the state. Yamhill Carleton, a slim outside chance at possibly finishing in a tie with Corbett. If those 2 teams finish tied, they would play at a neutral site for the league's number 3 seed. Oh, yeah, I think so. We'll take a 2-minute break and quickly get you a look at the rosters for both teams in just a moment.
Visit Main Street Pizza in Banks, located next to Jim's Market, for the best pizza in Washington County. From loaded hot baked subs to a Main Street special pizza piled high, we will satisfy your pizza cravings. We've been serving and supporting the Banks community since 1986. Open daily at 11 a.m. Call ahead now to place your order at 503-324-5858 or follow us on Facebook to see our daily lunch specials. Mention this radio ad and receive $2 off any Main Street Pizza.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Now with more Banks Braves Athletics on Westside Mobile Media. Here's the voice of the Braves, Trevor Beard.
And we're back quickly going over the rosters for both teams. First for the Riverdale Mavericks, number 2, Evans Hovius, a freshman libero. Number 5, Athanasia Gatziolis, a freshman setter right side hitter. Number 6, Isabel Okalich, a sophomore middle blocker. Number 7, Emerin Tibbs, a freshman setter right side hitter. Number 8, Lily Steele, a freshman outside hitter, middle blocker. Number 10, Emily Trejo, a sophomore middle blocker, right side hitter. Number 11, Amelia Offner, a junior outside hitter. Number 12, Kai Stupek, a setter right side hitter, a junior. And number 13, Asaya Richter, a junior outside hitter for the Braves. Number 1, Lauren Jansen, a junior. Number 2, Harlow Johns, sophomore. Number 3, Kendall Shook, a senior. Number 4, Addie Kennedy, a freshman. Number 5, Kylie McCraw, a junior. Number 6, Ellie Selix, a sophomore. Number 7, Sawyer Peters, sophomore. Number 8, Jaden Kopp, a sophomore. Number 10, Brooklyn Evans, a sophomore. Number 12, Morgan McCraw, a senior. And number 13, Maddie Turner, a freshman. We're going to step away for just a moment as we handle public address duties, and we'll be back for the first serve. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's OSAA 3A Coastal Range League varsity match between the visiting Riverdale Mavericks of Portland and your home team, the Banks Lady Braves. First, we would like to remind you that the OSAA requests that you help create an atmosphere, an environment of safety, tolerance, acceptance, and respect. We call it being a star. Show your enthusiasm, show your spirit, and show respect as well. Show our students a supportive atmosphere in which they can be their best, and they might just show you greatness. Also, please show support for tonight's officials. Now for the Riverdale Mavericks, number 2, freshman libero Evans Ovius. Number 5, freshman setter, right side hitter, Athanasia Gatziolis. Number 6, sophomore middle blocker, Isabel Okalich. Number 7, freshman setter, right side hitter, Emerin Tibbs. Number 8, freshman outside hitter, middle blocker, Lily Steele. Number 10, sophomore middle blocker, right side hitter, Emily Frejo. Number 11, junior outside hitter, Amelia Offner. Number 12, junior setter, right side hitter, Kai Stupek. And number 13, junior outside hitter, Osaa Richter. The Mavericks are coached by Anna Alvis and assisted by Lily McFarland and Rob Pridmore. Now for your home team, tonight's Banks Lady Braves, number 1, junior Lauren Jansen. Number 2, sophomore Harlow John. Number 3, senior Kendall Shook. Number 4, freshman Addie Kennedy. Number 5, junior Kylie McCraw. Number 6, sophomore Ellie Seelix. Number 7, sophomore Sawyer Peters. Number 8, sophomore Jaden Kopp. Number 10, sophomore Brooklyn Evans. Number 12, senior Morgan McCraw. And number 13, freshman Maddie Turner. The Braves are coached by returning head coach Suzanne Clark and assisted by Megan Bunn. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please stand and remove your hats for tonight's national anthem. And we're just about set for the first serve between the Banks Braves and the Riverdale Mavericks. live from Banks High School, located about 25 miles northwest of Portland. Banks High School gym runs east and west, left to right. Clear coat finish with kind of a white tint to the floor, baseline, end line, all one piece. Navy blue all the way around with a, initially I thought it was transparent, but it's actually Vegas gold and Banks lettering on the end lines, on the basketball end lines. Again, Riverdale wearing dark gray, almost charcoal. Originally, I thought they were collared shirts. I think it's just the way the white trim is around the neck of the volleyball shirts. White diagonal stripes on the sleeves and on the sides of the jersey. Navy blue circles at midcourt with the Vegas gold arrowhead logo with white outline. Banks will be directly below us, right in front on the west end of the court. Far side from us will be the south side of the court. Our side of the court is the north side, which is the visitors section. First serve belongs to the Braves. Kylie McCraw with the opening serve. McCraw sets up Evans, just a touch too long. Close, but too much from Brooklyn that time, and Riverdale comes out with the first point of the opening set. Serve from Emmerin Tibbs for the Mavericks. Far side, Shook, almost misled. Morgan too far. Or Kylie too far. That time, Riverdale's going to come up short into the net, and we're tied at 1. Serving Sawyer Peters for the Braves. Far side, an ace, just getting a hand up, barely able to keep it off the floor. Evans Hovius, the libero, and not able to do much with it. 2-1 Braves early. Jump serve, back row, Hovius misplayed it, but tracked down, and Riverdale will come up with a return. Kylie McCraw, Evans, back row. Hovius tried to go back on it. Did make contact, but not too much that time from Evans. Really couldn't get any type of control after that contact from Hovius, and it's 3-1 Banks. Again, jump serve from Sawyer Peters. Low, and it's an ace again. Attacking Hovius, the libero, center of the back row. And an ace, nobody home for Riverdale. Right between Richter and Hovius back row, and now they're going to change their positioning a little bit. Banks a 5-1 lead. Sawyer Peters again, the jump serve low, and it's another ace. Misplayed this time by Emily Frejo. 6-1 Banks still, despite Alvis, the Riverdale head coach, up off the bench. No indication yet of a timeout coming. After the Mavericks scored the opening point, it's been 6 in a row from the Braves. Returned by Richter. Peters sets up Kylie McCraw. And on the return, Lauren Jansen, 7-1 Banks. Now Hovius will come off. Richter on the return. Peters. Kylie McCraw again to Jansen. Back row. Offner for Riverdale. Again returned by Richter, far side. Kylie McCraw. Oh, nice job. Better by Riverdale defensively. And a couple of ticky-tack touches from Riverdale. Stole it away from Kai Stupek, who came over to help on the play. And it's 8-1 Banks. Timeout, Riverdale finally. Banks on an 8-0 run after Riverdale scored the opening point of the match. Riverdale, again, still early, but winless on the season. Banks looking for a 3-set sweep.
For more than 45 years, Housemaster has been offering residential and commercial inspection services with more than 200 locations across the U.S. and Canada. We've helped more than 3.5 million buyers and sellers make important real estate decisions. Housemaster of Southwest Portland helps local residents make the right choice when purchasing a residential or commercial property. Call Housemaster of Southwest Portland, 971-245-2500, or visit their website, housemaster.com/southwest-Portland.
This time Peters moves near side. Just about a step beyond the bottom of the key, right side. Camouflage night for the student section off the top of the net. This time, Jansen comes up short near side into the top of the net. Riverdale finally answers with their second point of the match after scoring the first point to start the game. And Jansen misplays it into the back wall. Now back-to-back points for the Mavericks, trailing 3-8. Serve from Riverdale. Return short, far back corner by Osaa Richter as she gets kind of a disappointed and confused look all at the same time. Could tell it did not have enough on it, and she kind of like, how did I do that? And goes back to Banks, leading 9-3. Seelix, the libero to serve left side. And that will be misplayed by Amelia Offner, 10-3 Braves. Seelix popped up by Richter, kind of misplayed a little bit, but Mavericks do get the return and find a soft spot, gently able to lay it down just inside the near back corner to get the side out, trailing 4-10. Frejo. Emily Frejo, number 10, sophomore middle blocker, right side hitter. Jansen able to knock it over, and Riverdale kind of out of place, a couple of one-hand touches and not very good communication on that return. No return from Riverdale, 11-4 Banks. Kylie McCraw, the senior, or Morgan McCraw, the senior. The return will go off or into the far side of the net near the far side official's net post. or net perch, I should say, 12-4. Morgan McCraw again the serve. And return punched over but wide by Offner, 13-4 Braves. And the freshman, Maddie Turner, will come in, number 13. Replacing Kylie McCraw. Morgan McCraw waiting for the go-ahead to serve. Officials are ready after the substitution. And Offner and Lily Steele backed away from each other. Good communication, but neither one played it, and the ball hits the floor. Too good a communication, maybe, as Offner swings and comes up empty. The serve from McCraw, returned by Riverdale. Kylie sets up Jansen for the return. Offner able to pull it back somehow, just barely avoids sliding across the line. Coming up short that time, Maddie Turner coming up out of bounds far side, trying to angle it over the top of the net and comes up short, 14-5. Set serve from Kai Stupek. Back row to Brooklyn Evans. Jansen short into the net. (14-6) Braves. Well short. Not enough on the contact and not a very good toss on the serve. 15-6 back to Banks. Lauren Jansen just a little bit short on her attempt to get it across the net. 15-7 Braves. Amelia Offner, junior outside header to serve far side of the key. And that's going to go about 2.5 feet long. 16-7 Braves. Kendall Shook will serve. Spent much of her high school career with Banks as the libero, but Ellie Seelitz has taken over that role this, I think, maybe the last 2 seasons. Ace off of Amelia Offner, near side back row. 17-7 Braves. And Shook, club level volleyball player as well. And that one's going to go out of play off the contact from the libero Evans Hovius, 18-7. Took this time from the near side. Return, and Evans right back in the face of Offner, diving late far side, back corner, coming up short, 19-7. Brooklyn Evans led the way offensively on Monday night. Not really a lot of height or power for this Banks Braves team, but the power that they do have mainly comes from Brooklyn Evans, and playing well-rounded volleyball and good communication, able to bounce back quickly from self-induced mistakes, something we have not seen in the last couple of seasons, and now looking for their 12th straight win, on fire at just the right time as the playoffs get ready to start in about 2 weeks. We'll take a 30-second break and be back in just a moment. Transaction Transmission in the heart of Banks specializes in transmission repair, but they service all types of vehicle repairs and makes and models. 5-star reviews and quality workmanship you can trust. Owner Joey Tardio doesn't just repair vehicles, he eats, sleeps, and breathes all things auto-related as an auto racer March through October. Trust your vehicle to Transaction Transmission at the end of Sunset Avenue in the heart of Banks. Call 503-359-9141. And we're back following the Riverdale timeout. Banks 20, Riverdale 17, or 7. And the return from Riverdale comes up short into the net. Shook. Graves with a 21-7 lead. Kendall Shook looking to put it away. Richter with the return for the Mavericks. Kylie McCross sets up Jansen far side. Returned by Offner, back row to Shook. Kylie McCross sets up Evans again, and Riverdale not going to be able to track it down. Nice effort by Richter. Somersaulting near the bottom of the bleachers, far side, but coming up short, dangerous play. Almost somersaulted head first into the bottom of the bleachers. 22-7 Braves. Waiting for the okay from the officials after a check with the scores table. And we're ready to resume play. The serve from Kendall Shook. Near side. Again, another ace. Offner out of control. Goes behind the far side of the net. 23-7. Turned after one touch by Riverdale and punched over far side by Maddie Turner. Set point for Banks in the opener, up 24-7. Took the serve back row to Offner. Turned by Richter for Riverdale. Jansen to Kylie McCraw. Jansen comes up short on the return out of the back row. And too long that time from Sawyer Peters, but they're gonna, it will be side out back to Riverdale, trailing 24-8. Willie Steele, underhand punch serve. Short off the return from Richter, and Banks wins the opening set 25-8. To take a 1-0 lead over the winless Riverdale Mavericks. We'll take a 2-minute break and be back in just a moment.
Proudly serving our neighbors in Washington County since 1946, LaHaye's is your destination for locally made Letterman's jackets, custom embroidery for business apparel or a unique gift, and scouting uniforms and supplies. LaHaye's is on the corner of 3rd and Main in historic downtown Hillsborough. Open Wednesday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday, 10 to 4, and anytime online at lahayes.com or call us at 503-648-2341.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, we love you always.
Everything I do,
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Whether it's a steaming hot old-fashioned cup of joe or hot chocolate on a cold winter day, or an ice-cold Italian soda or iced coffee on a hot summer day, any time is a great time to stop by Scoggins Creek Coffee. With 2 locations in Gaston and Yamhill Carlton, their warm and friendly baristas will get you the delicious drink of your choice. Scoggins Creek Coffee, call 503-985-3483, 503-985-3483. And we're back, start of the second set. Banks a 1-0 lead at 25-8. I believe Riverdale will get the first serve of the second set as Banks opened the match, winning the coin toss. Still just clearing up some paperwork with rotation. Neither team having much success in the on the home fields in the American League Championship Series. Mariners falling last night big time to Toronto, and they're down 3-1 early to the Jays at T-Mobile, at the phone booth, as I like to call it. Riverdale comes up short on the net after the return from Banks. Braves with the first point of the second set. Jansen comes up short, far side into the net for the Braves, tied at 1. Osaa Richter. Serve for the Mavericks, low, and it's an ace as it bounces in front of Kendall Shook. Dropped to a knee, but the ball landed about a foot in front of her, and Riverdale with the lead early in the second set. They also scored the first point in the first set. Still only managed 8 points, and it's going to be misplayed by Lauren Jansen. Tried to jump up and make contact and didn't jump high enough, and it went off her fingertips behind her. And now Riverdale a 3-1 lead. Now Richter will move to the center of the key, almost directly underneath where the basketball hoop would be on the east end of the court, and that serve's going to go well long, back near the end line on the west end of the court. 3-2 in favor of the Mavericks. Shook and Evans come out. Celix be the second person to serve for the Braves, and that comes up short into the net. Mavericks surprisingly leading, but again, still early in the second set, 4-2. Serve from Frejo, short. Top of the net, back to Banks. Teams trading service errors. Braves serving, trailing 3-4. Arlo Johns briefly in, will take a seat. Morgan McCraw, the senior, and we're going to get movement on the serve from Riverdale. And that will be a violation by the Mavericks, tying the match here in the second set at 4 points apiece. Again, no football broadcast tomorrow night. Volleyball broadcast duties for Pacific University in Forest Grove. Our next football broadcast will be 1 week from tomorrow night, and they're going to call a reserve. So I think that should put us back at 4-3 in favor of Riverdale. That will be against Valley Catholic, and late touch from the libero Jovius, and it will now be tied at 4. After the serve from Kylie McCraw, or Morgan McCraw. I always get those two confused. Serve from Morgan, back row to Offner, back corner. Off the top of the net. Into the match for the Braves, Kylie McCraw, return far side wide in front of the student section. 5-4 Banks. Again, the serve from Morgan McCraw. Not a good decision by Riverdale to try to play it, but now from well beyond the service line, Jovius has to try to get it across on the third touch, and it's going to go underneath the net, 6-4 Braves. Again, Morgan, the serve, Richter. Returned by Riverdale. Morgan. To Jansen. Swing and a miss from Jovius, but it's going to be long off the return from, actually it's not Lauren Jansen, it's number 4, the freshman Addie Kennedy. Too much on it, and it's 6-5 in favor of the Braves. Serve from Kai Stupek, far side to Evans. Selix brings it back, returned by Kennedy. Back row to Jovius for Riverdale. Offner late slipped a little bit trying to come in on the ball and not able to get there in time as a result. 7-5 Banks. Jansen serving. Jump serve Lauren Jansen. Jovius in the back row for the Mavericks. Richter gets it back in play from the far sideline. Jovius on the return. Morgan McCraw sets up Addie Kennedy for the kill, back row. 8-5 Braves. Jansen from way on the far side. Jovius misplays, but Offner able to bring it back in play. Returned by Richter. Evans to Morgan. Back sets to Kylie McCraw, but a little bit long, I think, that time. And Riverdale to serve back, trailing 6-8. Offner. Serve for Riverdale. Long, and gonna make contact with the left low block. That's about 2 feet too long. And the serve will go back to the Braves after the service error, leading 9-6. Shook. Popped up by Lily Steele, returned by Richter for Riverdale. Kylie McCraw, returned by Evans. Richter far side, set up beautifully, but just a little bit long on her kill attempt from the far side. Nice angle, but just a little too much on it, and it's going to be wide in front of the Braves bench. Down below is 10-6 Braves. Shook. Jovius. And not able to get it up. Gets down low to pull it up off the floor, but just ball goes parallel to the floor and no arc on it. It's going to go into the bleachers. 11-6 Braves. Serve from Shook is an ace. Trejo can't play it. 12-6 Braves. Shook off the top of the net, and it goes right between Gatziolis and Isabel Okulich. 13-6 Braves. Jump serve from Shook, or serve from Shook. Not really much of a jump that time. Returned by Offner, but off the side of her hand, and a lot of English on it, but it spins its way into the bottom of the net. 14-6. Since Anna Alvis possibly contemplating a timeout. Offner from a knee. Evans sets it up for Kylie McCraw, returned by Peters, and hitting the deck. Amelia Offner into the back wall. Timeout. Riverdale. Banks again in control. Pretty much about what we thought this would be, a 3-set blowout sweep. Banks did not allow Riverdale to reach double digits in the first set. It's looking like that in the second as well. Banks up 14-6 in set number 2. We'll be back in a moment.
Are you looking for a job with flexible hours, a way to support your community, or a first step toward a career in education? ESS has exciting substitute teacher and paraprofessional openings at schools throughout Eastern Yamhill, Columbia, and Washington counties. You'll enjoy creating your own schedule with weekly pay, ongoing training, and benefits. Begin your rewarding career in education by applying today at ess.com.
Now with more Banks Braves Athletics on Westside Mobile Media, here's the voice of the Braves, Trevor Beard.
Start of this, or midway through the second set, Banks about to go up 2-0. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Support breast cancer awareness by making a donation to the Susan G. Komen Foundation. Serve from Kendall Shook far side. Turned by the Mavericks, Kylie McCraw, or Morgan McCraw, to Jansen, or Sawyer Peters on the return, and way too much that time from Offner. 16-6 Braves. Again, the serve from Shook. Another, basically an ace. Richter did make contact, but barely able to get it to Okulich, who hits it into the bottom of the net. 17-6 Braves. Finally, Shook makes an error at the serve. 17-7. Braves still well in control in the second set. Nice serve that time, though, by number 8, Lily Steele for the ace, as coming in short, I believe it was Lauren Jansen. Barely able to make contact with the bottom of the net. And the return from Riverdale will come up short, 18-8 Braves. Serve far side, Richter misplays a bit. Hovey is able to pull it in and then pushing it into the net. On the return attempt is Gatziolis. 19-8 Banks. Turn from Riverdale. Kylie McCraw back across. And a couple of Riverdale players scrambling, trying to track down the ball back row. And coming up short on the return, Offner out of breath. 20-8 Banks. Evans, blocked by Riverdale, but Richter can't track it down. Makes contact, but it's into the bleachers, 21-8. Kylie McCraw serving for the Braves, coming in for Riverdale. Kai Stupek replacing Gatziolas. Offner, short, top of the net, 23-8. Kylie McCraw serve returned by Riverdale. Peters back across the net, popped up Offner, far back corner. Returned by Emily Frejo. I think we're going to get a violation by Riverdale, 24-8. We have a timeout. Riverdale, Banks 24, Riverdale 8, second set. Banks winning the first set 25-8. Morgan McCraw for the match. Short. It's an ace coming up short as Offner, nearly rolling over the ball and grabbing her left elbow, almost as if she may have hurt it in doing so. Banks with back-to-back 25-8 victories, now up 2-0. We'll take a 2-minute break and be back in a moment. Explore your world with Donna Maller Hawkins at Infinity Escapes Travel. She's a Banks alum and can help you find great deals on cruises with Regent Seven Seas and discounts on guests with Virgin Voyages and Royal Caribbean. Want to stay ashore? Check out feature tours like National Parks of the American West, night tours of Croatia and Madagascar. Book your next vacation with Donna Maller Hawkins and Infinity Escapes Travel, calling 823-634-8080 or visit infinityescapestravel.com.
At Wana Credit Union, every individual is unique, with different needs, different wants, and different goals. This is who we are, and we live here. Our families live here. Our friends live here. This is our home, because to us, you're not a number. You're an individual. Wana Credit Union. Individuals welcome.
O'Leary Air is proudly offering Dakin Comfort Pro HVAC products. They've been serving the West Side and Greater Portland Metro since 2015. They pride themselves in getting the job done right, backed by a legacy of integrity, respect, and honesty. O'Leary Air offers competitive pricing on all their work. Give them a call today at 503-989-5251. That's 503-989-5251. Online at o'learyair.com. CCB number 239855.
Do you have your next vacation planned? Whether it's time for a cruise, weekend getaway, or a bucket list resort, let Lazy Hammock Travel in North Plains help you. Lazy Hammock Travel, your passport to relaxation. Call Jason Ackerman at 503-332-5571 or visit their website, lazyhammocktravel.com. Lazy Hammock Travel, proud sponsors of Banks Braves Athletics and American Legion Baseball on Westside Mobile Media.
And we're back getting ready for the start of the third set. Banks up 2-0 quickly in just about 45 minutes. Did not expect this match to last much beyond 7 o'clock, and we're at 12 minutes prior to 7 with Banks a 2-0 lead in identical 25-8 sets. First serve from Kylie McCraw. Turned by Riverdale. Kylie sets up Evans for the kill inside the near back corner. Banks up 2-0 with the first point of the third set. Evans too much, trying to get it back across the net. I think she was further back than she was, and knocks it well beyond the service line, about 3 feet long. Tied at 1 in the third. Jansen, Kylie McCraw sets up Evans, pushes it across the net. Returned by Hovius. Kylie comes over late far side. Played by Kendall Johns. Hovius back row. Returned, not returned. Offner attempts the return off the heel of her wrist and comes up well short. 2-1 Banks. Oh, incredible serve that time by Kendall Johns. Thought that was going to go well long. Just makes contact with the far back corner, and the amount of power that had on it, don't know how that stayed in. Starting from the end line, jump serve goes right between Hovius and Richter. Back row, 4-1 Banks. Again, the serve from Johns. And far back row, Offner, Richter from the bottom of the bleachers, able to play it, diving to the floor, but again, Riverdale comes up short. 5-1 Banks. This time, Johns short into the bottom of the net, ran out of gas. Harlow Johns not able to make it across that time. Banks still with a 5-2 lead in the third set. And that time, battle at the net won by Emily Frejo. That'll draw some applause from the Riverdale faithful on a rare offensive opportunity for the Mavericks. Trailing 3-5, and Shook and knocks it underneath the net, 5-4. Low serve to Jansen near side. And that time, Evans wins the battle against Frejo. 6-4 Braves. Evans comes out. Celix will serve. And Addie Kennedy in for Banks, along with Maddie Turner. Back row to Hovius. Hovius on the return for Riverdale. Too long that time from Lauren Jansen. And I think this is the latest Riverdale has been within a point. They're trailing 6-5 in the third, down 25-8, 25-8. Evans. Kylie McCraw. Returned by Jansen. Richter. Stupek back across the net for Riverdale. Jansen popped way into the air by Frejo. Frejo gets it back, returned long. 7-5 Braves. Morgan McCraw will serve. Popped up by Richter. Set up by Tibbs, returned by Riverdale. Celix. Far side, tipped off the top of the net. Off the return by Addie Kennedy. And Banks up 8-5. Serve from Morgan McCraw. And slipping, trying to position herself on a knee. Tibbs misses, and it's 9-5 Braves. Ace making contact with the ball just as it hits the floor is Hovius. 10-5 Banks. And same thing. Almost the same exact serve, same exact spot where the ball hit the floor, same exact contact from Hovius as she gets there the same time as the ball. It's 11-5 Braves. Kylie McCraw. Richter the return from deep far back corner. And good placement that time by Morgan. The kind of a quarter turn return. Sneak attack, 12-5 Braves. Again, Morgan McCraw the serve. Celix sets up Jansen. Richter punched over by Stupek. Celix for the Braves. Back to Evans back row. Richter on the return. Celix. Far side, Addie Kennedy. Couldn't decide how, or not Addie Kennedy. That's going to be number 8. I think Jaden Kopp now in the match, and couldn't decide how she wanted to play it. By the time she made contact, was almost all the way back down on the floor, and it's 12-6 side out to Riverdale. Stupek, her serve right to Celix back row, punched over by Morgan McCraw, returned by Richter back row. Celix played it late. Evans able to save it and returned by the Braves. Lauren Jansen. Richter back row for the Mavericks. Kopp to Celix. Near side Jansen. Diving, coming up short, but it's a good thing as it's going to go wide, aiming for the far back corner. Richter comes up empty. no touch long on the return from Banks. 12-7, they held the lead though. Evans, Morgan McCraw, and some miscommunication that time between Morgan McCraw and Addie Kennedy. Addie Kennedy had come in towards the center of the net, and the ball was placed to the outside where Kennedy was. 12-8. Riverdale has matched their point total in each of the first two sets. Richter on the return. Morgan McCraw to Celix. This time Jansen is there on the near side. Offner slips as she tries to bring it back from underneath the center of the net, and 13-8 back to Banks. Jansen, far side. Right-hand serve. Offner, near side, gets it back from Stupek, but comes up short into the net. 14-8 Braves. Lauren Jansen. Braves up 25-8, 25-8, leading 14-8 in the third. Offner to the floor. Kennedy able to pop it up with a hand, or with a fist, I should say. Returned by Jansen. Ovius took it away from Richter, returned by Offner. Morgan McCraw angled past Richter, and Banks up by a touchdown, 15-8 in the third. Lauren Jansen continuing her serve for Banks. Far side to Richter. Stupek returned by Riverdale. Evans to Morgan McCraw. Out of the back row, Jansen. To Stupek. Richter sets up Offner. Back row, Evans. High into the air. Able to pull it back right in front of her head coach, Carlo Johns. Richter. A couple of players come together, and Hovius just off the top of the net. Able to get it across despite two players nearly colliding for Riverdale. And two players do slide under the net for the Mavericks. Come up short into the net, 16-8 Braves. Jansen again. Ovius. And just barely able to keep from crossing the line. Kai Stupek, timeout, Riverdale. They have matched their point total in the first two sets, but have not scored in quite some time. It's Banks 17. As we update the score, Banks 17, Riverdale 8. We'll be back in just a moment.
Banks Post newspaper is the official news provider of West Side's greatest hits. Listen hourly for West Side news from the Banks Post newsroom. Banks Post newspaper covers Banks, Manning, Buxton, Roy, and surrounding western Washington County communities. If you'd like more information on the Banks Post or want to pick up a copy, visit a local business today. You can also visit their website at bankspost.com or their Facebook page, Banks Post.
And we're back for a third set. Banks looking for a sweep up 17-8 in the third. The serve from Lauren Jansen. Offner too hard into the center of the net. No matter how hard you hit that, unless you light it with, pour gas on it and light it with a match, that's not going to get through it without getting any ups on it. Too far, too low. Jansen again, the serve up 18-8. Morgan McCraw to Jaden Kopp. First time we've seen her play today, and communication issues between Richter and Offner. 19-8. Now I see why a Riverdale is winless on the season. A lot of communication issues and self-induced mistakes. 19-8. Richter pulls it back, and again, communication issues, this time between Offner and Hovius. Not sure if Hovius is just nervous to try to come up with a return deep, but Banks up 12, 20-8, and it's an ace from Lauren Jansen. Hovius near side, about halfway up the line. Returned by Richter. Jansen. Morgan McCraw. Just making contact with the far side. Kendall Johns, 22-8. Timeout, Riverdale. Once again, Braves about to come up with a 3-set sweep, possibly with a trio of same scores, 25-8, 25-8 in the first two, up 22-8 in the third, looking for their 12th straight victory under a lady that has done nothing but led the Braves to a state title the last time she led this Braves team, with an assistant that had an all-star career for Banks High School and then went on to do some pretty great things for Eastern Oregon University in La Grande as well, Megan Bunn. Lauren Jansen. Lengthy service run for her. Hovius slipped and Offner couldn't track it. 23-8. Again, Jansen on the serve. Offner, this time able to make clean contact. And an error on Riverdale, match point. For the match, Jansen. Hovius misplays it, and there's your match. 25-8 times 3, 25-8, 25-8, 25-8 is your final score. Banks defeats Riverdale in a 3-set sweep, holding the Mavericks to under double digits in each set. Our next broadcast will be Monday night when the Braves host Rainier on senior night, looking for a baker's dozen and their 13th straight victory, which would put them at 16-5 on the season, and hoping to stay in at least a tie for first place with the Warrenton Warriors. Who also entered tonight at 7-2 like the Braves. Good luck to the Braves football squad, who will be at Yamhill Carleton tomorrow night. Our next football broadcast will be October 24th when the Braves host Valley Catholic, and then a Thursday night match, senior night, to end the regular season against Warrenton, which could be for the league title. Warrenton and Banks undefeated at this point in league play. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast. Our score for the final time: Banks sweeps Riverdale by consecutive 25-8 scores in 3 sets to improve to 8-2. We hope you enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening. Enjoy football tomorrow night. Good night, and God bless.